Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Warframe video. I know it's been a while. I am going to try and upload more, okay? I actually have some videos planned, and I know I've said that a million times. I'm like your toxic ex, okay? I always say I'm gonna change, but I never do. But I swear, it's different this time, I promise. Anyway, Saryn, one of my favorite Warframes based on design alone, but coincidentally one of the best frames in the game. I swear that has nothing to do with why I like her, I promise. So today I'm bringing you guys my build for her and a sort of guide, I guess, on how I play her, how you should play her, etc. So let's go over that really quickly. Generally speaking, you'll want to throw out some spores, okay, your one, proc them, and then try to spread to them as many enemies as possible. Because they don't have a duration, you essentially just put a countdown on that enemy's life as soon as you press 1 on them, and you want to accelerate that timer and give as many people that timer as quickly as possible. You'll want to pop your molt every now and then to make sure you can stay alive, and if you fancy using melee, then proc your 3, but that's really about it. Pop your 1 and follow the numbers on your screen, rinse and repeat. So let's get into the build. I have two setups, one tankier than the last, but this first one has a very good amount of damage with decent survivability. I run growing power for my aura, but if you fancy playing melee, then you can easily swap this out for a steel charge, no problem there. I then also have Cunning Drift as my Excellus mod, as well as Stretch and Augur Reach for range, which is very important. We want as much range as possible. We want to spread the spores as large an area as possible, so we can infect as many enemies as quickly as we can. I then have Umbral Intensify and Transient Fortitude for power strength, and then I also have Regenerative Molt, which is almost a requirement in my opinion, alongside Adaptation and Vitality for survivability. And finally, Prime Continuity to keep our duration in the positives. If you think this has a little bit too much power strength,
goddamn right.
So you can opt for this build instead, which has a little bit less power strength but has much more survivability. If I had an Umbral Forma, which I do not, you could Forma one of my V's or D's into an Umbral polarity and run Umbral Intensify and Umbral Fiber at the same time, or Umbral Vitality and then run Steel Fiber, and that would probably be an even better build. Sadly, I cannot demonstrate that to you right now because like I said, I don't have an Umbral Forma, but in reality you are more than fine with either of any of these builds. For my primary weapon, I use the Ignis Wraith because it makes spore popping absolutely brainless. You literally cannot miss a proc on a spore. Plus, it does decent damage and it can affect a large amount of enemies at the same time very quickly. It has an 8 punch through, it goes through walls. It's just the perfect weapon to start spreading all of your spores. It also has high status, which if you build it the way I have it here, you can proc blast quite often for some cheap CC. For your secondary, you can use whatever you want. I recommend a high damage, high burst secondary in case there's anything that needs to die like right now. I use the Akjagara Prime, but you can feel free to use whatever you like. Pandero, Vacor, Marilock, Akbolto Prime, anything like that. So basically, your primary is your Spore Spreader, and then your secondary is your main killer. You could alternatively use the Atomos as your secondary and make that your Spore Spreader, and then have a high damage primary like the Tigris or the Rubico instead. And if you prefer melee, then you can use whatever weapons you like, since Toxic Lash will proc any spores regardless. I use Galatine Prime, you could use whatever weapon you prefer. As for my companion, I use Death Cube with his Energy Generator Augment, a common theme with my builds. Because I have Arcane Energize to stay topped up on energy, this makes it very easy, and also because I'm not running Energy Siphon on this, nor Primed Flow, so I do need to get some energy somehow. But even if you don't have Arcane Energize, he's still a pretty good choice. But if you don't, you can use other things as well. I used to run Helios with Saryn, and if you're going melee, then you can bring a Kavat or a Kubro. That would be a very good idea as well. And there you have it, lads. That's a Saryn build. It's pretty simple, and I also just want to apologize again for taking so long to upload, okay? I know I'm terrible, but I will try. I promise, baby, I can change. Just give me a chance. Anyway, I'm still doing a giveaway. I haven't forgotten about that. I already picked the winner for today's video and contacted them, so if you won, you will know, just check your email. But you can still enter. I'm still going to be giving away one more $20 PSN card. So click the Gleam link, I'll leave it in the description and the pinned comment as well. And I want to thank my patrons for making this video possible, especially my top tier patron, dear friend Dario. Thank you so very much for your generosity. And of course, thank all of you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.